Now then people, it's Joe at Leeds TV and it is your post-match reaction to Stoke away. First of all, just let me apologise, I didn't get it out last night. Like I said, I spent 13 hours yesterday out of the house. I must have left at about 8, got in about 9ish. I was knackered, obviously downbeat, and I went straight to bed. So, you know, especially when we didn't turn up really. We had flashes in the game, but we didn't really turn up for me. So yes, just apologies. It wasn't out immediate after I got home. Listen, I enjoyed the day out itself. Stoke, I thought it was a decent place, nice stadium, very loud at times when they got singing. You know, I remember when in the Prem, a lot of people had said that it's a good ground to go to, and I echo that. And I thought Stoke did a job on us. I thought Jones, I mean, he's come out and said basically he tried a different formation to try catch Bielsa out, and look, Bielsa's making managers better because Jones has tried a system and it worked for him, and he'll probably stick with that system now. So I think you better thank Bielsa. But listen, I think when Stoke went in front, we were always going to struggle. They were rocks at the back for me. Williams and Shawcross had a really good game and looked a very good partnership. They've not been doing well of late, but I thought they were solid at the back, them two. Why we kept relying on trying to cross balls into the box was beyond me. You know, Ruth's good in the air, he's showed that this season, but unless it's pinpoint, you ain't getting past them two. I thought they were solid at the back. And listen, the goals we conceded, 2 defensive errors. Clicks the first, I mean, it's a really poor header. I think he's just hoping Ayling's there on the right, not really aware of bodies around him, and just puts it straight into Klucas's path, and it was a fantastic finish, well taken from where he was, very much like Alioski's in a sense, but a nice clean strike, and they were in front. And I think even for the second, you can't see it on the replays, but being at the game, there was another header, and I can't remember, well I couldn't see because I was at the opposite end, but it was either Pablo or Click who tried to head it out. In the phase of play, tried to head it, and it went straight to one of their bodies, and obviously it ended up going out wide to McLean, and he crosses it in, and Forshaw was napping, to be fair, not really again aware of bodies around him, and Joe Allen just nipped in and put it in the back of the net. So and Bailey just threw himself out. But yeah, 2 defensive errors for me. You know, you can't, I think, listen, there was an opportunity for Ayling in the second half when we were 1-0 down, and Jack Butland made a fantastic save, absolutely unreal save. I was right behind the goal. Listen, I've never been right behind the goal, like physically behind the net before in any ground, and it's rock hard to see, man. I couldn't see, you know. Second half I had to move because honestly, I'm like trying to look through the nets. It's rock hard. I don't know how them people do it who sit behind the nets constantly, because it was rock hard to see the other end of the pitch. But yeah, what a fantastic save from Butland for Ayling. I think if that goes in, 1's a piece, different game maybe. We maybe grow into it, get a little bit stronger. Stoke have to come out a little bit more. Did they defend the draw? I don't know, but I think when they went 1-0 up, we were always going to struggle. Listen, I always fancy us to score. You know, we continued that trend. Continue to score in every single away game. Decent finish by Alioski. It was well taken, and like I say, if we continue to score in every away game, we're in every game. Do you know what I mean? And that's one positive that we can take away from that, is that we've scored again. Massive game against Rotherham now coming up. You know, it's a huge game. Even more the fact that Norwich and Sheffield United play each other. Obviously, Sheffield United lost. That's still another 4-point gap. Do you want Norwich to beat Sheffield United? Let me know and make that gap a little bit further, or do you want them to draw like we did with Norwich and West Brom and us beat Rotherham? Fingers crossed, because it'll be a tough place to go. You know, what are your thoughts on that, guys? Do you want Norwich to beat them and just make that gap a little bit bigger? Let me know in the comments. Listen, I thought yesterday we got to their box with ease. Like I say, possession, we had the lion's share again. It's just we couldn't get, once we got to the box, it broke down a lot. I think a special mention to Ayling for me. I thought he was poor all game, and a lot of the time it came to him and it broke down. Sometimes he telegraphs his passes. There were a few instances where he's trying to do daft flicks and that on the edge of their box to get it round to Clark. Just didn't work. I thought, you know, periods of the second half when we did come out initially, and you know, Harrison and Clark had switched wings. you know, it looked a little bit better, but you know, it just continued to break down, didn't it? And like I say, they were solid at the back, and they did much like West Brom, just hit us on the counter. I thought Afobe and Campbell at the top did a great job. You know, so well done, Jones, to be fair, because it was a really good performance. And like I say, they're limited to just pot crosses, really. Like I say, we kept getting up to their box, and then it just broke down, or we just tried to cross it in, and to no avail, really. And there was, you know, there was a few opportunities. I think Roberts had a couple. I thought Roberts did okay when he came on. I think that's one thing at half time when we were down. I spoke to the lads that I went with, John and Ryan, basically at half time, before you're looking at Clark to affect a game, I looked at that bench, who's coming on to affect it, and that was the one worry. So it's evident we do need bodies in. I mean, Stevens came on for his debut, another youth product. I think he was bought from Forest Green. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. And Roberts was okay, but in terms of being able to affect the game, there isn't that many from the bench. And that's why we need to get Daniel James in the door, because he's exciting. He's got bags of potential, bags of pace. So he's one you want in, and we need a couple more. Daniel James and one more. I think the cavalry's on the way back, obviously, for the Rotherham game. KP will be back, maybe Berardi may be back. If Berardi is back, I mean, he'd probably be Norwich, but let's say Berardi is back, does he go straight in at centre-back and KP take his normal role? Or does Bielsa think, you know, because obviously Jansen's out now for one game, 2 yellows, which I think they're both suspect for me. Yeah, the challenge is tough. I think it's on Afobe in the first half. It's a full-blooded challenge, but he gets the ball. He gets the ball first. You know, I thought the ref was shite all game. Everyone will agree with me. It seems at times there's a remit. Listen, the derby, we were too good for derby, but the ref tried his best. The lino tried his best. Look at the decisions in that game before we went up, you know. The fans in and around where I stand, obviously I was with Conor as well at the derby game. It was, look, it's going to be another one of them shite referee performances. And much like that was yesterday, there was a foul on Pablo that maybe it was outside the box. It definitely ended in the box, but nothing was given. And it was a definite foul by Joe Allen on Pablo. There was the one from in the second half, or I think it might have been the first half actually, where their lads in the corner, I don't know which player it was, and he fucking just dived like a salmon, like that, and he got a free kick, and I just don't know how he got the free kick. So listen, you know, the Football League's corrupt, as we all know, and they were definitely out to try and fuck us over yesterday. It was a shite show performance by the referee, and I just don't see the Jansen second yellow especially. You can make arguments for the first, but what was the one in the second? I just don't understand it. And now we're out in for one game. But gladly, you know, happily, KP's back, and maybe Berardi as well. So let me know what you would do, guys, if obviously KP comes back. You know, does he go into his normal position? And if Berardi's fit, do you put him in at centre-back? Or do you go with Apoe Halmi? Let me know. You know, is it a blip? Obviously, that's 4 losses now out of the last 5 games, guys. As you can see, I'm a little bit downbeat. Let me know what you guys think. You know, as the derby glossed over it, as derby gave us renewed optimism, it definitely did me. But the performance against Stoke wasn't great. Yes, we were in the game, but it just broke down, and they did a job on us. Rotherham will be tough. We need to get back to winning ways. Obviously, we were lucky yesterday. Swansea did us a favour by beating Sheffield United. The fact Norwich and Sheffield United play each other, and we've got Rotherham, we must win that game. We must get 3 points and then go into the Norwich game, which is going to be a massive game. It's going to be a tough place to come for Norwich because, like I say, it's a sellout. We already know that. It's sold out in 90 minutes. So I cannot wait for that fixture. Honestly, cannot wait. And the rest of the Championship's going to be looking at that as well. So let's set out a statement like we did against Derby. You know, them 11 clubs that have wrote to the fucking Football League can fuck off as well. And let's hope that, you know, they're watching. You know, and we can put out a performance. But we must beat Rotherham. It's a must win, and it's going to be a tough game because it's a derby and all that shit. You guys know all about it. But hopefully we'll have some more bodies in. I think we'll see Kiko Casilla on Saturday as well. And then hopefully Daniel James will be done. And we can get him in the squad, around the team, on the bench, and look to affect it. Because the cavalry's coming back as well, boys. We've got Bamford on the way back. Berardi, KP's going to be playing. You've got Izzy Brown, Dallas, you know, more options on the bench that maybe can affect a game, unlike the lads at the minute. And that's no slight on the other lads, but I just felt, yeah, Roberts did okay, but he's never going to come on and take the game by the scruff of the neck like a Clark does, for example, when their full-backs are blowing and he can come on. And that's one worry. When in that type of game, you need someone to come on and affect it, and maybe someone like Daniel James in the door would do that. But yeah, all in all, like I say, we were in the game for large parts. It just kept breaking down for me. We just couldn't we got to the final third and then just couldn't do anything from that place. Let down by 2 defensive errors, especially the first. Guys at the game, let me know. Obviously, it doesn't show it in the replay when you watch it back on Sky and whatnot. But there was a definite header by either Pablo or Click just before it goes to McLean, and that was another, you know, error made. And even you watch it back, you can see Forshaw sleeping a little bit, and Joe Allen just nips in and goes. So 2 defensive errors, and not having that special bite up in the final third cost us the game, as I say. But thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know your comments, let me know your views. Make sure you hit a like, subscribe, all that jazz. I met a few people at the ground yesterday, came and had a chat with me as well and gave me their thoughts. Some said I talk a lot of sense, others said I talk a lot of shit. It is what it is. Football's a game of opinions. But thanks very much for tuning in. Sorry for the late video, as I say. And I'll see you all tomorrow for Monday Night Football. I'm back on 12/8, so it will be after 8 o'clock when I get that out. Maybe 8:30, 9 o'clock. So guys, make sure you tune in for that as well. And make sure you watch Conor and Oscar's post-match as well. Just thanks again, guys. Love yous all. Marching on together. Leeds.